What's up, guys? This is Adam Liberty, and I just want to say that I'm just a little uh, annoyed right now because it's like I just got a text from this girl at work, and she wants me to do this favor for her, where I'm not scheduled to work next on the 3rd of next week, and she is. And she just texted me and she's like, "Will you do me this favor and work the 5th, which is a day that I'm scheduled to work, and I'll work the 3rd." But the thing what bothers me is it's like I never ask anyone for any kind of favors at all. And this girl that I'm talking about, well, this job I'm working is kind of like a summer job, and I'm only working part time. And when I'm there, I do a really good job. And she came to me like a week ago, or even like the second day I was there. It might have been 2 weeks ago now. And she's like, "Adam, we really want you to work like more days." And I'm not scheduled to work these days. I'm only a part-time employee, and she's like, "Well, we really could need you, and you're welcome to come, and we want you to work more days." And I just said, "No, I'm gonna work the days that I said I was gonna work, and that's it." And then I get this text from her again asking me to switch days. And again, I told her no, because it's not a day that I'm scheduled to work. I already have my work schedule set before the summer started. And this girl who I'm 30 I'm 33, and she's probably like 25, 26, but because she's done everything right in school, and she's probably getting some kind of license, and somehow or another she is like not my supervisor, but like the under the supervisor. And it's just like she's a real cute girl, but I can just tell that she's just very well to do and not used to people just doing whatever she said. She snapped at us. I've only been there it's like a summer camp, and I only work a couple days a week because I can only handle kids but so many days a week. But I work full time during the school year. But I didn't want to work full time during the summer, and I already arranged it with the head boss that I would only work a couple days a week during the summer because I need a break away from kids. Me being a guy, I can't be around kids all the time. Whatever you may say about that. But this girl, I just don't understand where she thinks it's okay to, number one, ask me to come in more often after I already arranged my schedule. And then she texts me about this 3rd. And one of the reasons why she said that she wants me to work on the 3rd is because she wasn't going to be there and when she's already scheduled to work. And it just irritates me that a girl that's younger than me, that probably makes more money than me, has always done everything right, is gonna. And then she snapped at me today because I was watching a kid, and he ran. I was walking him to lunch, and he ran ahead of me, and she snapped at me. This 25, 26-year-old girl snapped at me, a 33-year-old man. And she said, you need to stay up with him. You need to stay with him. And this is like a camp that's like with kids with like emotional disturbances and stuff and mental health issues. And for her to snap at me the way that she did today, and then later on in the day, right before the kids went home, we took them outside, and she got angry at us because we didn't bring a cooler out for the kids to drink water from. And yeah, it was a hot day, but we were only outside for like the last 20 minutes of the day. And we were just trying to go let the kids go outside before they all went home. And if we went and got a cooler, but she snapped at us. This 25, 26-year-old girl snapped at us about not bringing this cooler out. And yeah, I think kids need water. Don't get me wrong, but it was an overcast day. I mean, it wasn't the hottest day of the year. There were clouds covering the sun. There were shady spots, and the kids have been drinking water all day long. We just came from lunch like an hour where a bunch of the kids drink milk and stuff. It's just like, dude, don't ask me to do favors for you when I know you would never do a favor for me. This is the type of girl that if I asked her, I would say, hey, can you run and get me like a drink from across the street? And she would be no. Or if I asked her to go inside and get a piece of equipment, she would probably say no. This guy guarantee this is the type of girl who would never do any kind of favor for me, but has no problem asking a favor from me. And it just really irritates me that these are the type of not just females out there, but it's mostly females, And I personally, I just asked my wife. I was like, when was the last time I ever asked a favor from somebody? And I'm not saying it's wrong to ask favors, but this girl, I don't even hardly know this girl. I've got 6, 7, 8 years on her in age. And for her to be coming to ask me favors when I've already got a set schedule, I just find very irritating. And I don't like to be put in a place where I have to say no. But I will say no. And this had better be all that I hear about it. It's just very irritating. I tell you, there is a culture of women that think that they can just say and ask a man. They can say whatever they want to a man, ask a man to do whatever they want, and expect for it to be done because they're cute or they had their daddy do it for them. And I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm going to say no, and I really don't care if it inconveniences her, because this is the type of girl that I guarantee you doesn't even know what an inconvenience is. Don't even get me started on hardships and obstacles in life that you got to overcome. All right, to even be in the job that I have now, it was like climbing Mount Everest, and my job is not even anything. But I had to struggle to even get that, because everything in my life has been a struggle. I'm not a good-looking person. Didn't come from a well-to-do family. I'm not like this girl who was cute and had everything handed to her and has done everything in life that she's ever supposed to do. And for some reason or another, she's my supervisor's like second-hand person at the age of 26. It just doesn't fly with me. And I'm not gonna do favors for people that I know would never do a favor for me. And one more thing is that my uncle, who has passed away about 10 years ago in a motorcycle accident, you know, there was one time that I was going to enlist in the Navy, and that didn't work out because of I chose not to go. But when I was thinking about enlisting in the Navy, he said, "Let me tell you, don't ever volunteer for a job, and don't ever, you know, don't ever volunteer for anything." He said, just always just do what you're supposed to do and get out, but never be the one that says, "Oh yeah, I'll do that," because you won't ever get anything in return. And the more that at first I didn't understand because I was at 22 years old. When I was trying to do that, I was always willing to work hard, and anything that needed to be done, I was willing to do it. But now at 33, 10 years later, dude, fuck that. Say no. If it ain't your problem, then it's not your problem. And that's really why I have to make this video as kind of therapy for myself is because I don't like to say no to people. But at the time, I think about this girl who's asking me to do this favor, and yeah, it's a work-related favor. But dude, I'm not doing this girl any favors. There's no way. I've already seen her snap just in the few days that I've been working with her, because I don't normally work with this girl. Just in the few days that I've been around her, I've seen her arrogant attitude at the age of 26. Just a really pretty girl, but just arrogant, thinking that she can just boss around and talk to uh, not only me, but even the other counselors who are mostly female, in a female-dominated field. But I often feel that as a guy, I often feel that women feel that they can say anything they want to towards a guy. They can badmouth guys. They can insult guys. Because for so long, it's just like a subculture within women that just think that, oh, men are just pieces of shit, and if there's more than two or three of us around, we can just say whatever we want about men and get away with it. And it's definitely a double stereotype, because men don't we don't get in groups. And I mean, there obviously, no, I can't speak for every man, but we don't when we talk to women, we talk to them in a respectful way. And we definitely don't think that just because they're a woman that we can talk to them in a certain way. And there may be a time when that was true, but there's definitely a subculture of women that think that just because we live in 2017 and that they can just speak to men any way they want to, and ask a man to do anything they want, and it'll happen on a drop of a dime. And that's that's not happening this time. 14-minute video. I had to vent. I was just irritated, and I am irritated. But I'm not gonna switch with this girl, and her problem is her problem. And I'm gonna have a good 4th of July weekend. And if she has to work on Monday the 3rd, then that's her problem.